Please. Please, dear God, let me sleep. Just for 5 minutes. Oh, God. The light. What the hell is this? Loony Poony?
That's right, we're back again for another week of Loony Poony on Sid Nation. I am Jacob.
And I am Odin.
Welcome back, all of our lovely listeners. Good to be back in here.
Yeah, we're going on from last week, Dating Etiquette Part 2.
Dating Etiquette Part 2, 2.0.
Whoa! It was so good we had to come back with more.
Yeah, it's a rich topic.
Very rich.
And what else we got? We've got some weird sex news, I believe.
We do.
Another
and
weird sex fact.
Pretty weird.
That's good to know. That's exactly what I want to hear. But first, what's going on in the news this week, Aiden?
What's been going on in the world today? Well, I found a lovely little article today.
Oh,
a
really?
recent one. It doesn't have a date, but it was very recent, a few days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Witnesses in America described seeing a man, 35 years old, pulling his pants down and swinging on a stop sign before having sex with a van.
Now, I'm assuming it was in the exhaust.
No.
No?
That is the funny thing, really.
Okay.
I thought that too, like you'd lie down sideways in some weird way and kind of work it a little bit.
Just sort of like squat, I guess.
Yeah, if he did the splits. Oh, that would be hard.
So
Pun
was
not
he.
intended. So, no, he actually didn't do that. He went through the front grille and started to lightly hump it before building up, as described by a witness. Yes, through the front grille of a red van. It was in Dayton, Ohio. This story came out
Of course it was in Ohio. Where else would it have happened?
It was. Well, it's really funny because this article also reads that after this man made love to the vehicle quite tenderly, he passed out in a garden nearby.
No, surely not.
And in the police report, they actually wrote, "Oh, and yeah, he did look like he was off his face."
Those exact words.
Pretty much.
That's
and he got,
awesome.
It was great. He was a witness described it as he was communed with the van for a while before passing out in a nearby garden.
I like how official all of this is.
Everyone was like, look, we're not going to sugarcoat this.
It happens.
He stuck his dick in the front grille of a van. We're not going to sugarcoat this.
Look,
It's what happened.
Look, it happened. We want to forget about it, honestly.
There was a family nearby, and the dad looked and he went, "Kids, because it's really awkward, I'm just going to tell you that's how babies are born." You're welcome.
Just with people, not with cars.
Well, I mean, could you classify it as a blowjob? I mean, front grille, and it's not the exhaust. I mean, that is the face of the car.
Yeah, but surely the exhaust is blowing more than the front grille.
True.
I think the grille does have a bit of a sucking sort of effect, though, so you know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, no, of course not.
And it was like right in the middle of just a parking lot.
What time was this?
It was middle of the day. And
God.
He was sentenced to 60 J's.
60 J's in Dale.
Those are two guy names, so this could get real interesting.
Yeah.
60 days in jail, though the bulk of that term was suspended, and he was ordered to pay $111 in court costs, and the payment of that was actually also suspended. He will, however, spend a year on community control and must undergo mental health counselling if required by probation officers. So it's not that he's actually going to go into probation. It's if the officers go, yeah, I think he's
So essentially, nothing happens unless, like, some dude who happens to be watching him is like, oh, this is taking a bit of a turn.
Yeah. He's like, oh, yeah, I don't know if we can let him do this anymore. Steve, you got to not, all right?
Please don't.
I mean, you're not doing it to anyone, so that's good, but a car isn't much better. And the reason I picked this article out of everything on the internet, Lord knows it is drinking straight from the fire hose. It actually reminded me nostalgia again of a case I read not that long ago.
That's better than where I thought this was
Back
going.
when I was a child, my uncle said, I was at a party. My uncle went, "Aiden, I have something to show you." come to my Commodore 64. No, it was a news article of a guy who made love to a pink raft on the middle of the highway. Not once, not twice, but 4 times before the highway patrol went, look.
All right.
Mate.
We have had your fun. Everyone's had a bit of a laugh, but you got to wrap this up, buddy.
It was one of those stories that just got better and better because the raft isn't his. It was his neighbour's. Every day he would jump the fence, take the raft, and go to the highway, have sex with it, and then go home. Because he loved the raft, quote unquote.
Yeah, no, fair enough. I mean, like, why is the fact that it was pink included in the story?
Whatever floats your boat. And a pink raft.
Ah, come on.
It was an inflatable raft.
Yeah, no.
He like hitch a yacht up to the back of a car and drive it out. SS sexy times.
Now, last week we delved a little bit into the world of dating etiquette, which quite a broad topic.
Yeah,
so we're going to expand on it a bit more today.
Yes. Well, we should expand on one of the physical expansions of expanding on dating and go into places.
Wait. What kind of places are we talking about, Aiden? Be very careful.
We're talking about no places. No. We're talking places appropriate to ask people out.
Okay.
Or something of that sort.
That's much better than where I thought this was going.
We have extensive research teams constantly on the prowl looking for things.
Yes, then one team is Aiden and Jacob, and the other team is Jacob and Aiden.
Comedy! Pow!
Oh, we're lonely.
Please send help. We haven't been able to... We actually have just been locked in the studio for the last 5 weeks. We haven't worked out how to open the door. We're living off the cabling.
So, of course, there are the obvious places like a bar, if anyone goes to bars anymore. Might go to a bar tonight, see what happens.
Well, I don't think I'm ready for that, Jacob. I don't go to bars. Bars are nice.
I like bars.
Yeah.
Clubs work, I guess. I think they've got a decent success rate.
Well, I don't know if this was... I was at a club last night and I was trying to work this out. Are clubs good places to ask people out?
Or just to hook up?
Yeah. Because, I mean, you can't really, like, cut in halfway through the song and be like, hey, you want to go out with me? Because it's too loud, it's too sweaty.
That's what the smokers area is for.
True. Or the seats outside.
Yeah.
Which
are generally in the smokers area.
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to not kill yourself.
What?
Smoking is bad.
Really
I don't want to do
context.
it. And I don't want to do it. But it's the only place I can talk to people.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible. Because you're like, I want to have this conversation, but I like my lungs. Like, I thought that was like really out of context. I was like, Jacob, do you want to talk about this?
Alright, but so where else? Where else is a good place?
Church is not a good place.
No,
during the service.
Not during the service. If it's at a church function,
even then,
and you know exactly what kind of relationship you're going to get into because it's a church function.
Yeah, I mean, you can't walk up to her and be like, "Hey, do you want to shag?" I heard that
depends on your church.
Well, yeah. Hey, the room at the back is free.
The confessional's empty at the moment.
Please confess your sins. Oh, you could have like a really okay, I'm not gonna.
No.
My brain is taking me places, and I'm like, no.
Libraries are probably a bad one as well.
Well, it could be bad and it could be good because if you don't know if she's gonna reject you, it's not like she can scream, "No, get out of my face."
This is true.
Then she's just gonna be shushed.
Yeah.
So,
and then she'll feel bad. Then she'll have to go out with you.
Exactly. She'll be guilted into it. And church functions. I was at a church function where it was explaining sex to 18-year-olds, which don't ever do at a church, and to 18-year-olds who don't go to the church, and half of them are not part of the church. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Especially with their parents in the room.
Yeah.
It was a Yeah, don't ask. We had someone ask a girl out that night, and it was horrible.
Okay.
It did not go well.
No, I doubt it would.
Although we all laughed and rubbed it in his face, so everything worked out well.
Parks are good, or so I gather from Hollywood. I've never asked someone out in a park, but it always seems to work out.
For what I've seen from Kirsten Dunst in the later years, it seems pretty good.
Hey man. Friends with benefits. Like she got what she needed from that guy in the park.
True.
And then he left her. But spoilers, sorry guys.
Some wounds never heal. Yeah. Parents' bedroom? Probably not the best place.
Own bedroom. Look, if you're already there, you probably don't need to ask.
Well, yeah, that's right. I've had many instances in my own bedroom where it's like, well, I don't need to ask right now.
Oh, wait. You don't need to ask to go out because there's probably interest.
Well,
Other things you may need to clarify just because otherwise you'll probably end up in jail.
Yeah, I have to write a few apology letters this year. Anything related to just either weddings, I feel is weird. Funerals are a no-no. Weddings are weird.
Yeah, wedding crashes is a bad idea to take advice from.
Well, if it's like your sister's wedding, that's weird. I feel like it's a little weird because it's like you're trying to steal the thunder, but you're failing, so you're still going to try and go through with it.
Yeah. I stand by the fact that Wedding Crashers is not a good movie to follow.
No. Well, no.
I'll watch it,
It's
but
Vince Vaughn. Why would you follow it?
I'll still watch it because it's funny, but let's not take advice from it.
Don't, ever. It's terrible. Oh. And trust me. Oof, jeez. More apology letters. And you get... I mean, weddings I feel like falls under the same banner as clubs. Appropriate for things that you're not going to follow through with.
Well, you know, an open bar is an open bar, so, like, we can forget everything that happens.
An open bar is an open bar. You cannot blame me for the actions I do.
Yeah.
I actually live my life by that policy. I go out with friends and I'm like, look, I'm about to do things and you can't pin it on me. Unapologetically, I'm going to make some bad decisions and I'm going to tear up the dance floor whilst doing so.
Oh, I thought that was one of the bad decisions.
Oh, it is. But see... Is it a bad decision? I don't feel like it's a bad decision.
Depends on how many people end up in the emergency room because of it.
It's usually just me.
Oh, well, that's okay then. You can live with that.
Impeccable playlist as always, Jacob.
Oh, I do my best. We're on the other side of that. We're gonna keep talking about dating etiquette, but this time the exact opposite end. Breakup stories, good and bad times to do it.
The good, the bad, and the loony.
The best time to do it is when you're leaving the country. I haven't done it, but it just makes sense.
It actually does. Just at the airport. So I'll be in Amsterdam for 3 weeks. By the way,
bye.
You have a small dick. My mum's always hated you, and then walk away. I think another good time is at a family function. Their family function, halfway through, right when things are starting to pick up, just lean in.
By the way, I'm out. See ya.
By the way, you know Dave? Yeah.
That happened.
He's bigger than you. Well, he has more money than you.
Okay, bad time to do it. Very, very bad time to do it. Of course, high school romance. At the start of the school day, when the first class you have is the only class you have with that person, and she's so totally in love with you that when you don't sit next to her, she cries throughout the entire class.
Oh God!
And the teacher is a family friend who literally brings it up at every time I see them.
What did you do, Jacob? Oh my God! That is, to ever hear who he is talking about, I am so sorry. See, I've been on kind of the receiving end of that, where it's been, I've really liked a girl and she's known, and then she's gone, the day before she was like, I really like you, we should go out. But then that morning, she's walked up to me right before class and be like, yeah, I hooked up with the other guy. Yeah, you didn't know I liked him, no one else did, but yeah, it turns out I did. I think he's kind of sexy, so yeah, I guess we're not happening. Only two people in the class who we knew, so I was just sitting there like, wow. All right.
Yeah,
that is.
Difference being you guys hadn't, we'd been going out for 7 months at this point. So, you know, it's year 11. So, you know, it's a pretty big deal.
Jesus.
7 months.
Jesus. And in high school.
She was very invested.
Oh, that is cruel.
Yeah, so that happened.
Jesus. Oh, that is so... I'm so sorry, whoever... That is not the worst I've heard.
No.
But that's kind of up there.
Worst I've heard. Who was it? I think it was Jules Schiller mentioned it a few weeks ago. How his then girlfriend started to break up with him when they were on a trip to the beach. Now he didn't live near the beach, nor did she, and they had gone to the beach that day specifically to spend time together. And they had to drive home together from the beach after she broke up with him.
Oh,
Oh, Jules.
I've had the worst I've heard thus far. Granted, is a friend tell me that he found out his girlfriend was cheating on him by her friend, and it was like she cheated on him a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And then he asked her, and she's like, "Don't be mad." This was over the phone, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I won't be mad."
I still love you.
Actually, I've had a lot of cases like that where it's been, I've met a guy on Tinder. He gave me a massage naked. He was naked too, but don't worry, nothing's happening. Also, we spoon naked.
Also, his dick may have slipped inside, but nothing happened.
Look, it didn't touch my no-no place. It was just in my butt. don't worry, it's not anything serious. I just fiddled around his bottom.
And there's a tape of it.
Look,
it's on the internet.
He told me
we got paid a lot for that one.
He said his proctologist is too much, so I volunteered. Also, I don't love you, and yeah.
Please don't be mad.
Look, my dad walked in on me when I was having a shower, and at that moment I went, "Wow, there are plenty more fish in the sea, so I'm breaking up with you." Or if you have it I've heard, but I don't know if this story's true. At a funeral, a girl leaned in and went, "My grandma just died and I've realised life is short and I hate you, so see you later."
No, I had this girl, we hadn't been going out long, but tears in her eyes and everything. So I'm honestly still not sure if this is legit. It's like, my dad always got arrested because the cops think that he was growing weed, and that's made me reassess everything, and I don't think we should be together anymore.
What?
I'm like, okay.
So I'll get my things?
Again at school. And, wow.
That is, jeez.
Yeah, the same school. Jeez.
That school is a great place.
Yeah.
The worst, this is a personal one. This is coming from personal crips here. I've only admitted this to a few people, but I had a girl break up with me. It was quite a serious one. Broke up with me right after I found out she'd never been to a comedy show before. And I love live comedy. Mm. And I found out she loves Russell Howard, and I too love Russell Howard. Mm-hmm. So I bought $200 great tickets. He's coming out next year, so I bought him early. Best tickets I could find was like $200 to $250. Mm-hmm. 3 years later, breaks up with me, and I'm like, "You've got to be shitting me." Well, it was like a month before her birthday.
If those tickets are up for grabs still.
Well, for like the first 4 months, I'm like, "Oh, maybe we'll be friends, maybe," and now I'm like, I'm like, wait a minute, I've got like friends.
That exact thing is happening to one of my friends. He bought Slipknot tickets for him and his girlfriend, and then she broke up with him. She doesn't even really like Slipknot, but so he's offered them to one of his friends. He's like, "Oh yeah, that'd be cool, that'd be great," blah blah blah. And she's like, Nah, I actually want that ticket still. Even though he paid for them, she never put in any money for it. But she still wants to go to the show that she hates with her ex-boyfriend who doesn't get along with her at all because it's her tickets.
And now we're going to cut to the quit segment. Aiden's 2 cents. Did he say yes? Because if so, jeez.
Oh, no, it's happening.
Oh,
they
really?
are going to the show together.
See, if he gets along with her, I can kind of get... if he offered and he went along with her, I can understand it. But if she said she wanted the tickets and he doesn't get along with her, why would she do that?
Look, I don't think they get along together. I know she doesn't get along with his new girlfriend.
Well,
She's not happy with the situation.
That always happens.
Yeah.
Actually, no. All of my ex-girlfriends have always liked the next girlfriend. But the next girlfriend is always not like the one before.
Yeah, no, I've got one ex-girlfriend who has tried so hard to be friends with all of my girlfriends afterwards. That being 2, and even the girlfriend I had before her, and it's like ridiculous. And even she tried really, really, really hard to be friends with one of my friends who she thought we were going to be together, but it's just one of those ones that's never going to happen. And it's so weird. I don't get it.
What's going on? I need an adult to guide me through this.
I'm an adult technically, but I'm not going to give you any advice for it.
Just life should, everything in life, everything you do should come with a manual on what not to do and what to do, because everything can end badly.
Yeah,
everything.
It usually does.
And yes, it is, Jacob. It is the sweetest thing.
It is. You're the sweetest thing.
Oh, I'm gonna blush.
That's why we're on radio.
The byline for this. Tune in to Loony Poony for homoerotic tendencies and comedy. And then
not so much on the second one.
Little asterisks. Oh, well, we're gonna now move into one of the greatest things ever. Teen romances.
Oh.
I mean, without them, we wouldn't have such gems as Twilight and thus 50 Shades of Grey, which is 25% of
that's like my entire movie catalogue right there.
Yeah, it's everything I make fun of in my life. If I didn't have that, I'd have no content.
Yeah,
I mean,
good.
That's it. I've got nothing else. I'm a very
And that's a whole segment.
Thank you, everyone. We're just getting something in through the earpiece. We've been taken off air. Okay. I forgot. A lot of us are still teenagers, and we all still secretly love all this stuff. So we've been taken off air now.
Secretly.
We're not actually reading 50 Shades ironically or sarcastically.
We
or
just need to
comedically.
share the magic with all of you.
We just love it. You people have been taking us wrong. You listeners know we just love it.
Gotta get me some more of that. Oh, yeah.
Under everything I wear, I have a T-shirt that's E.L. James's face. And mine, photoshopped in next to it, and I have this wide grin, and it's like a stock photo of her at a desk wearing white linen and a fountain pen.
That smile's the only thing not photoshopped. That's the genuine excitement of 50 Shades of Grey.
It's effect on me. It's the only thing that keeps me going.
Honestly, though, when you're talking about teen romances, you've got to have a look at every single one on The Simpsons.
Oh, yes.
Like, not quite... They're more tweens, but you know...
That 70s show is... that's all it is.
Seriously, yeah. It literally... That and weed.
Well, it encapsulates it well. Because it's like, yeah, that actually is kind of what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, that 70s show, it's timeless. Like,
It really is.
I had all those issues except for the whole circle thing.
Yeah, I know. All the friends.
Yeah, or the... family or food or childhood.
Or the parents.
The house. Or the romances for that matter.
Or the 70s, I should say. We're not 46. We're older, actually. Well, I mean... I identify as Fez without the friends. I walk into the room, say something overtly sexual and cringeworthy, grab a piece of food, and then walk out. And no one knows where I'm from.
Is it bad that I identify as red with more hair?
No, actually, it's a very good thing.
Yes.
My mum is Red Foreman. I realised one day, I'm like, hang on. And now I always remind her, as I am reminding her now. But it does. It encapsulates all teen romances. I relished in them throughout, not me particularly being in them, but witnessing them. And thus witnessing them now, because they don't die out. As you hit uni, they kind of continue and grow.
Yeah, you think you're more mature, but really it's just like you just know more words. You have a better way to describe the like the angst
You-
and
You
just
can stay out later and you're not questioned as much by your parents. That's really the only thing that changes.
you can legitimately blame all the stupid stuff on alcohol. Like, besides that, you're still just a teeny bopper,
Yeah.
just wishing that the 90s would come back.
For me, not so much the 90s thing, because I was born late in the 90s, but I agree. That's all. The only real difference now is I buy my own clothes. And, I mean, it's not exactly a good change, because it's awkward.
No, see, I've gotten to the point where I've actually had to accept I've entered adulthood, because not only am I renting a house, I have a full-time job, I'm paying bills, and now I have a loan on a car. It's just like, oh, God.
Well, I was sitting at the dinner table, and my mum's like, your car insurance has come in. And I'm like, oh, so this is what it's like. And just, oh, this is not how I fantasized about it as a kid.
It's not. No.
'Cause, I mean, with all these TV shows and their teen romances, they also portray that later on in life with adulthood, thanks to Friends and How I Met Your Mother, relationships become these magical things where you go out and you meet charming people and you connect and you have romance and a connection and things start to grow and you fall in love and laugh in the summertime and have
And then you
beautiful
break up
picnics.
and get married to the guy who lives across the hallway anyway.
Yeah, or you realise you always loved each other, so you get back together. It is not like that. It's more like you show up to a room, someone goes, hey, how you doing? You rub your face against theirs, and then you go, God, what have I become? You go home, cry, wake up late the next day, miss your exam, realise you're a disappointment, get some cheap food, and then cry later in the toilet.
Okay, Aiden and I are going to have a serious talk while you guys have a listen to a song. We've got Thirsty Merc with Someday, Someday. This is Loony Poony on Sid Nation. And now it's time for...
Weird sex fact.
The Velociraptor screech from Jurassic Park. Actually, I'm going to let you guess what it is.
Ooh.
It was which animals having sex?
Turtles.
Tortoises.
Oh,
So when that cow was being loaded into that pit, he wasn't getting eaten. He was just subjected to something really, really horrifying.
those weren't actual screeches. It was a turtle going, oh yeah! Getting lucky tonight. Alright.
So we're gonna play one of our favorite games called Porn or Movie, but we're gonna switch it around this time.
We are. I am gonna get my revenge on you, Jacob.
It's time for Aiden to be the quizmaster.
Welcome to my domain.
Alright, this is terrifying. We're not doing this again.
Mistakes were made. Now, tell me, Jacob, is this the title of a porn or a movie? 3 men and a baby.
Oh, that's a movie.
Damn it. It is a movie. Alright. Winter's Bone.
I think that's actually a movie.
Yeah, yes, that's a movie.
Yeah.
I think you've already beaten me.
After the 2 times that you played it, total score.
Well, it is. It's hard, damn it. Dream Quest.
Sounds like it should be a movie, so I'm gonna say porn.
Yes, it's a porn. Enter the Void.
Ooh,
Mm.
it's a tough one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say movie.
Oh, come on. Come on. It's
Really?
yeah, it's a movie.
Ha!
A Witch's Tale.
Porno.
Yes, it's a
I like this game.
first period.
Oh,
You can't get all of these. If you
No.
get all of these, then I'm just terrible at this game.
look. Considering what the connotation might be if it is a porno, I want it to be a movie.
It is a movie.
Oh, thank God! What was it? Is that the sequel to Carrie?
Let me just call Stephen King and ask him. Fist with it's fist. It's the what's the word? It's an acronym. It's
Oh, okay.
FIST.
Movie.
Yes. Semen Demons 2. I've given
That
up.
has to be a porno.
It's a porno. Taboo.
Ooh.
Yeah. Could be a horror movie, or it could be a porno. Could be a taboo porno.
Porno.
Yeah, it's a porno. It's probably like the Blair Witch Project, but you know, bleh. 2 mules for Sister Sarah.
Oh God. I really want that to be a movie.
I really want it to be a porno, but it's a movie.
Well, whatever you're into, Aiden.
It's a movie. Because it would be it's a great title for a porno.
Is Sister Sarah a nun or just...
Well, the audio for it would just be hilarious on itself. Oh, Toys in the Attic.
movie?
Yes, it's a movie.
See...
How? That's actually all of them.
Yeah.
That's actually
Woo!
all of
10 out
them.
of 10.
You
See,
just got...
Now, for everyone listening, you're at a disadvantage because you couldn't see Aiden's face as
No.
he very poorly gave away every single one of the answers.
What? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. What?
So, but still counts because I get 10 out of 10 as opposed to his usual 3.
Well, I'm just going to say that I have an amazing poker face and it's just not in today.
Yeah, I don't think you do, buddy. That's about all the time we have for today, Aiden.
It is. It is.
It's another show all wrapped up.
The curtain's closing. The audience probably...
Asleep.
The 3 people leaving.
In disgrace.
Just... well, they're probably happy they didn't spend money on it.
Yeah, that's true.
We're not exactly Hamlet.
Hey guys, free show. Woo! We'll be back again next week, talk about some more weird news, weird facts, have some fun times talking about some weird stuff.
Radio waves gone wild.
That's the way I like to have it. Until then, thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you back same time, same place, same channel next week.